Welcome to Tarvin Tutorials. Let's talk about groups, what they are, and how to use them. Within an audience, you can have an unlimited number of groups. Those groups can be public groups or private groups, but a group is just a way to group contacts of a similar interest, or in the case of the screen, we have for a trade show, or any number of different events where you might collect email addresses. Or maybe you use groups, private groups, just to put certain people in so you can uniquely identify those people. Maybe it's a test group for a campaign. Now, public groups are used like interest groups. So you can mark a group as public, and then when you have, you can create sign-up forms or update forms that update the contact's profile and allows the contact to see the public groups that they can be part of. And with that, you're going to see the group name, and then you can also see a description. And that is how a contact can change the groups that they're part of, but they can only change the public groups they're part of. All the private groups, they are private to your account. You can name them whatever you want, and nobody will see that except for the people that have access to your account. Now, to edit in a group, to change the name or whatever, then you can use the More menu and you can select Edit, View, or Delete. So the Edit just allows you to edit the group name. It allows you to edit the description that shows up within forms. And then you can also set a group to public or private. The View Info just gives you some IDs and other information used by the API. If you were to interact with our system through the API, this just gives you some of those IDs that you would need to communicate with the system and refer to this specific group. And then Delete, pretty straightforward. This is to delete a group. When you click that button, it's going to confirm that this is what you want to do and make sure you understand what happens when you're deleting a group. Because like an audience, when you delete a group, we can't recover it after it's been deleted. Now, as with the audience, you're going to have stats on your group so you can see everybody. You can see how many active and pending and undeliverable and whatnot at the top. You can always refresh this if you feel the numbers might be a little bit off for some reason. Then you can refresh it and it will automatically recalculate all the stats. The system automatically recalculates stats on an ongoing basis, but in some cases, you may just want to do that. Maybe an import just happened, and so you're on the group page and you want to just refresh that information. And then down at the bottom, you can see all the members of that group. But if I select one or more people, then I can use the bulk actions to do any number of different things for those contacts. And then I can always search for contacts within this group by their email address or a tag. In addition, contacts can be added to one or more groups. Their profile stays the same. So if this particular contact, their first name was John, last name was Smith, and they were part of group A, B, and C, when you go into group A, B, and C, their first name and last name are still going to be John Smith. We've been asked this question a couple times in the past. So the profile does not change, or the data associated with the contact doesn't change based on what groups they're in. And the same thing applies when you import. It's going to import their data, update their information. It doesn't impact the groups that they're part of, but you can add a contact to as many groups as you want, and you can have as many groups in the system as you want.